What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Steady hand here, and oh my goodness! Hockey's back! And boy, oh boy, are the Kings an interesting team this season. This is not a season preview, it's a game one preview, so let's speed it up. We trade Dubois for Darcy Kemper, so we have a goalie now, whether we like it or not. He's our goalie now, and now we're paying $3 million less than we did. We traded for Tanner Jeannot, weird. Signed Joel Edmondson to a big contract, why? Warren Fogle, sure. And now we got all these rookies to bring up and all these things to work out, and gotta see if Rob Blake keeps a job. Yay! So that's your little season preview of what the season this new Kings team is new. And as for game one's reaction, Kings win? Sure. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's the same adage that we hear all the time. A win is a win, right? Like, that, like, I get that. But we were supposed to win? Like, really? I mean, like, if you were to watch that game, it didn't look like a team that was dominating the whole game and beat this team handily 3-1. We scored all 3 goals in the third period from Anze Kopitar. Anze Kopitar scored a hat trick. But, like, let's not, like, try to summarize this game, and let's not try to, like, quickly, like, focus on everything. Let's dissect this and go obviously, like, more detailed analysis. So looking at period 1 for the Kings, number 1, period 1 ended 0-0. And the biggest thing to take away from the LA Kings period 1, and I think realistically, like, that was the biggest thing to see from LA in period 1, is, wow, we're only a game in. 1 game in, and LA has won that Dubois trade. We have won the Dubois trade because Darcy Kemper is at least playing up to his contract. Dubois once, never one game, played up to his contract. Darcy Kemper played up to his contract in the first fucking game. In the first game! That's wild to me. Wild to me that Darcy played lights out. He played so well this game. So well. That goal, the goal that was called off in the first period, the goal that he gave up in the second period, like, both of those were rebound saves that he just could not get to. He made the initial save. The rebound got away from him. Darcy Kemper played an amazing, amazing game. And honestly, us as Kings fans can't ask enough from that because he's the reason we won that game. Like, he's the reason we won. And that is, like, 1,000,000%, like, the biggest thing all Kings fans are taking a sigh of relief. Thank God Darcy Kemper can at least produce a great game still. So, thank you, Darcy. We love you, buddy. Another thing that I noticed this game that I think was like a big thing to take away from this is that there's still a lot of work to do. That's clear. It's very clear that there's still a lot of work to do with this team, because, like, you know, like, people played up to their skill level and people had great moments, but we weren't great every single game, and that's not good. You could see it from, like, Quentin Byfield was having good moments, but was realistically keeping the puck and gave up that second goal. Brant Clark had some moments, but he was also on the receiving end of some bad ones too. Some players who were having good games took penalties that really hurt us. And, like, it's clear that we have some work to do as a team. It was an ugly win. Like, that's just, there's no other way to put it. It was an ugly win. Ugly win. But, I mean, like, again, like I said, a win is a win. There's not too much you can really take away from that. Like, yeah, it was ugly. Yeah, there's a lot to work on before we play Boston on Saturday. But a win is a win? But I'm getting too negative, so let's get away from the negative. Let's stop focusing on that. let's just focus on the positive. And I've already talked about Darcy Kemper. Big positive, big positive. As odd as it was, I mean, I'm happy Kopitar got a hat trick. His 19th season, been the captain for us for a long time now. Clearly, he's the head of the table now, especially with Doughty being injured. He's the clear head of the table. I mean, it's great. I'm so glad he got a hat trick. I mean, good for the guy. It's awesome to see the player that I saw growing up as a kid still being able to produce at that high level. So, I mean, that's pretty cool on him. And all of those hat tricks, another great thing about it, all of those goals that Kopitar scored was being helped by someone, and they were very quintessential as to how we won that game. His first goal, that was Laferriere doing an amazing defensive job, getting Buffalo off the puck to be able to pass it back, Kopitar sniping it. And the power play goal, that was again great power play work. Granted, it was 5-on-3, so obviously there was a reason why we had great power play work, but it was great power play work, being able to pass the puck, play well, and get Kopitar open and get the goalie off of his feet. Gwen Byfield chasing that puck down, getting an amazing pass to get Kopitar into the empty net. Great. It was awesome. All of those goals were great. I would have loved to see that be every single play. I would love to see every single play gel like that. And, I mean, it kind of discredits Kopitar, but, I mean, the guy still scored the goals. And, I mean, he's the one shooting the puck. Like, that's the great thing. He's shooting the puck. Kopitar has been scared of shooting the puck for a long time now, ever since we won our cups, like 2015, 2016, he stopped shooting the puck. But now he took all three of those goals. That's great to see. There are little things to dissect from this, and there are reasons why we got the win. There are positives. But it was still an ugly win. Like, holy crap, we got a lot of things to work on. Where do I even start? Like I said, number one, nobody was perfect except for Darcy Kemper and Anze Kopitar. Everybody was either had their moments that were good and had their moments that were bad. So clearly there is some work to be done to have better consistency with the team. But the biggest problem every single player on that team needs to adjust and work on is shoot the damn puck. And like, you can call me a casual, or you could say that's a terrible way to view this, but this is how I view it. If a hockey team does not get at least 30 shots on net, it is a failure. You need to be having 30 or more shots on net a game, or else it's a failure. Because if you're only getting 10 shots a period, and getting below that, that's not good. And we end the game with 23. Buffalo had 33. That's not good. We're not shooting the puck enough. We need to be shooting the puck more. You have to be shooting the puck more. Because we cannot just hope to God that the game falls into our hands. And I get it, defensive team. But this is the new NHL. You can't have that excuse. Everyone in the NHL is fast, snipe, and quick with their hands. You have to adapt. So the fact that we don't shoot the puck enough, that does worry me, and I need to see that improve on Saturday and further on in the season. And I think the biggest proof that they're not shooting the puck enough is the difference between their power play unit and their penalty kill unit. The penalty kill unit was perfect. Buffalo was 0 for 5, and their shots on the penalty kill were really low. It was a good penalty kill effort, and they looked great. Their power play, they gave up a goal on the power play from mishandling it. Not too many shots on the power play themselves, and I think they also then made it 4-on-4, I think a couple of times, to then, disregard the power play. So it goes to show offense is still a challenge with this team, and it needs to be fixed before the next game, because we're going to be facing a Boston team that is really good defensively, and our offense needs to be better if we're going to be able to beat Boston on Saturday. And I mean, I could give little nitpicks about each player's performance, who did what went well, what went terrible, and I can nitpick, but I mean, there really is no reason to nitpick. It's only the first game of the season. Hallelujah, we have 2 points in our first game of the season. And now we just have 6 more games on the road. Damn it. So, I mean, hey, that's a win. Kings have 2 points and are already off to a better start than the Edmonton Oilers. I digress. I digress. Kings win. That's awesome. Kings are now 1-0. Their next game is going to be in Boston against the Boston Bruins. That'll be a tough game, but exciting. Can't wait to see how the team plays that game. And yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Thank you for listening to my rant, and I'll see you next time.